Hello, my name is Elise, or Caffeine and Misery, and today we're going to talk about a deck that I realized earlier today I hadn't actually taken the time to talk about yet, despite it being one of my favorite non-anime decks from the Divines era, that being the Sword Princess of Dreamblade, Lascaria Veleno. The reason I like it is I really like the whole mob aesthetic going on with it, and I absolutely adore Blitz orders. I think they're underutilized in the game. I think they're super important to try and keep in mind at all times. And I wish we just had more good ones. Especially in like Dark States and Keter. Keter has like Heavenly Bright, I guess. Which is kind of funny, but that's it. But let's go ahead. Let's not keep you waiting too long. And let's get talking about this list. So I'm on the main Lascaria ride line, so Times of Happiness Lascaria, when she's a nice little baby, her mom's alive. Days of Training, who when she's rode upon by the grade 2, you can search your deck for any Blitz order that's not a Regardless piece. The grade 3, Oath upon Mother Sword Lascaria, who when she's rode upon by the grade 3, you check the top 5 for either a Veleno or a Blitz order. This one can be a Regardless piece, so she can just hit whatever she wants. And lastly, the Sword Princess of Dreamblade, Lascaria Veleno. She has 2 main effects. Her continuous effect, which as long as you have 3 or more Veleno names, which does count herself, all Velenos on your board get 5k, and if you have 5 or more and the opponent's on grade 3, she gets a crit. So it has a nice offensive pressure too on the deck. And then her second skill is at the end of the battle, your unit was attacked and wasn't hit as long as you played a Blitz order during that battle. You draw a card and countercharge 1 if you haven't countercharged yet. And that is the main thing I like about this deck. I like that it has a lot of defensive capabilities, along with having a nice offense. And with the offense, let's go ahead and start talking about some of the deck. For our grade 3 lineup, I'm on, obviously, 3 Persona Ride, because we want to be hitting hard and fast, and 3 copies of Veleno Caporagim Edifice, who at the end of the battle, the Vanguard attacked for a counterblast. For a counterblast, when your opponent's Vanguard's on grade 3, restand, and he gets an extra 5k as long as you have at least 3 Velenos. You're gonna notice pretty fast that the names are important. It's gonna be important to keep track of which name, as we'll get to as we hit the grade 2s, which there's only 2. We're on 2 copies of Veleno Sodalto Grudoli, who when placed, if you have a Lascaria Vanguard, not a Veleno, Lascaria, which you will because she's both. For Soul Blast 2, you get to choose a Veleno from drop with a different name and call it to your guard. And as long as you have 3 or more different Veleno cards, it gets boosted 5k. So this could be a 50k booster. I'm only on 2 because of how high the Soul Blast cost is. And then for the other grade 2 I'm on 3 copies of Veleno Famiglia Melial, who on place, as long as it's not during the battle phase, if you have a grade 3 or greater Lascaria, by discarding a card, you can choose a different card from this unit. If it's a unit, you get to call it. And if it's a Blitz order, it goes to hand. For the grade 1s, I'm on 4 copies of Sodalto Lafilia, who, first off, as long as you have 3 or more Velenos, she gains 5k. And on place, if you have a Lascaria Vanguard for a counterblast, you get to check the top 7 and either add a Veleno or a non-Regardless piece from deck to hand. And we're not done with the searching because we're also on 4 copies of Famiglia Fior, who on place with the same condition and cost of a counterblast, she gets to check the top 5 for either a Veleno or a Blitz order. This one can be a Regardless piece though. And that's why I'm on both of them, because they hit different things and help you fill your deck really, really fast, which is going to be very important. And lastly, I'm on 2 copies of Veleno Soldato Sidiraka. That's a hard name to say. Who at the end of the battle, or at the end of the turn, as long as you have 5 or more Velenos, you can counterblast 1 and bottom deck it to add 2 Blitz orders from drop back to hand. And then lastly, I'm on 4 regular perfect guards. You may be asking, Liza, this is a Blitz order deck. Why aren't you on a Sanctitude? And the answer to that is if they swing in a way where I have to use a perfect guard first, and the only option potentially is Sanctitude, that ends my Blitz orders for the entire turn. And I do not want that. So if I have to use a perfect guard first, I want the guarantee that it'll always let me continue playing through their turn. That's why I'm on 4 regular perfect guards. And you might notice we haven't gone over the Blitz orders yet. Well, because of how prevalent they are to the deck, I figured they deserve their own section. So I'm on 4 copies of the Effervescent Shadow Dreamblade, which is the archetype unique Blitz order. I say that, it's a generic, it's really good, which can be played for Energy Blast 2. You choose a unit that's being attacked and give it 20k, and then you can get to play another Blitz order that turn. And the thing is, that does stack, so if you play 1, then the next attack you play 1, you keep going. You can use up to 5 Blitz orders in a single turn. You're drawing 5 cards, countercharging once. Along with that, I'm on 1 copy of Sweet Honey Garden, which for a Soul Blast gives the attacked unit 15k, and if you have a Blitz order and drop already, it gives it 25k instead. I'm on 2 copies of Fine Drink of Abolishment for Sins, which is by far what I believe to be the best Blitz order in Stoicheia, which is played with a Soul Blast. You draw a card, and you choose a unit, and it gets 5k until end of battle for each order card with a different name that's in drop or bound. The max total you can get in this deck being plus 25k. For my Regalis piece, obviously I'm on Protection Twincast. It's too good to not use. When you play it, we play it normally as a Blitz order, you give the attacked unit plus 10k. And its auto ability in drop, you can remove it from drop to give the attacked unit 5k for each of its grades. So it becomes a 15k guard too. And then lastly, for my Blitz orders, I'm on Sure Kill Seed Machine Gun, which is played for a Counterblast. Which you choose a unit being attacked, it gives 10k. And you choose a Vanguard. You choose your Vanguard to give it the skill that when your opponent's front row stands, or if they call a new unit to the front row, the Vanguard gets 5k. So sometimes in certain matchups, some of the best things you can do is Dreamblade, then this, and that ends your Blitz orders for the turn, but you're hitting really big numbers, and you can just guard normally from that point on. For my triggers, I'm on 8 regular critical triggers. The soul crits are sometimes relevant in this deck because you do use a lot for your 3 Blitz orders here and for your Grudoli. I'm also on 3 front triggers because a big thing with this deck is you're trying to hit them really hard on the crackback every time. So at least that's the way I play it. I like to play it as I'm defending, I'm kind of protecting myself really well. And then when the opponent he gives up, when the opponent finally stops, they have to end their turn, and I'm hitting them hard and fast. Obviously, 4 regular heal triggers. And for my OT, I'm on Source Dragon Deity of Blessings, Bless Favor, the Stoicheia over trigger, which, if you're unaware, is essentially an Omni trigger. Its additional effect when drove check is you draw a card, give a unit a crit, give your front row plus 10k, and if you have greater than or equal damage to your opponent, you heal 1. The reason I'm on Bless Favor is because I just kind of wanted to be on Bless Favor. I didn't really have a good reason. It was just the one I chose to use. But that is going to be the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. And sorry for my voice, as I've said in a couple of videos already, for the batch of videos I'm recording today. I have a cold. And my throat feels like it's dying. Hopefully by the next time I record more videos, it's feeling a lot better. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Ciao.